Jeremiah chapter 17, beginning in verse 5. Book of Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. When you have it, please stand as we release the word of the Lord. Oh, praise God for this praise and worship team.
Amen, amen, amen,
amen. From their souls unto the Lord. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Thus says the Lord, cursed is the man who trusts in man and makes flesh his strength, whose heart departs from the Lord. For he shall be like a tree in the desert, and shall not see when good comes, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land which is not inhabited. Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, and whose hope is the Lord. For he shall be like a tree planted by the waters, which spreads out its roots by the river or streams, and will not fear when heat comes, but its leaf will be green, and will not be anxious in the year of drought, nor will cease from yielding fruit. Amen. God's word is blessed. Our time together on tonight, I want to talk from this thought, why trust God?
Yeah.
Right.
Amen. You may be seated. Why trust God?
Yes, sir.
My brothers and sisters, if there's one thing I regret about my past, it's that I didn't trust God as I should. That I placed more confidence in man and self instead of the master.
Yeah.
I believe I'm not by myself on tonight. I believe that many of you have similar testimonies. That a lot of the heartache we experience and pitfalls we slip into are the direct result of our lack of trust in God. Here's the take-home truth on tonight. If you don't get anything else, if you get this, you got my sermon. That is, trusting in self is the swiftest way to suffer. But trusting in God is the best way to prosper. And as a man, this is a man's conference, and as a man living in these trying times, trusting God is essential. That's the theme of our text on tonight. Jeremiah, the prophet, speaks the word of the Lord to Judah, the southern arm of the Israelite kingdom. By the time we get into our text, Judah has been rebellious, wicked, doubtful, and idolatrous, and they show no signs of slowing down. Verse number 1 in chapter 17 says that sin has been engraved on the table of their hearts. God's wrath is kindled against Judah. Judah's impeding judgment is due to a lack of trust in God and overconfidence in the flesh. Verse 5 in our text tells us that the people are cursed because they trust in their own strength. Verse 8 tells us that the people are blessed when they trust in the Lord. Verse 5 through 6 teaches us tonight and shows us the detouring dangers of trusting in the flesh. Trusting in the flesh will turn your heart away from the Lord. That's verse 5. Trusting in the flesh will cause you to live a life of barrenness and to be unproductive. That's verse 6. My brothers and sisters, the Bible teaches us that the flesh isn't worth trusting. Paul tells us in Romans 8 and 7, he says that the flesh is enmity against God and doesn't desire to please God. Verses 5 through 6, the one who trusts in flesh experiences stunted growth. While in verse 7 through 8, the individual who trusts in the Lord enjoys sustained growth. The person who only trusts in himself in verses 5 and 6 is like a tree stationed in the desert. But the man who trusts in God is like a tree planted by the river. How I see it on tonight is like this. You and I have two choices. We can either trust in the flesh and be cursed, or we can trust in the Father and be blessed. Now, before we go any further, we have to deal with something, and that is, what does it mean to trust in the flesh? When you trust in the flesh, you live a life that says it's your way over God's way. When you trust in the flesh, you value what you say more and what God says less. When you trust in the flesh, you are self-centered and rarely God-conscious. When you trust in the flesh, you are driven by your feelings and emotions instead of being led by God's Spirit and God's Word. Trusting in the flesh is a dangerous proposition. Trusting in the flesh is a dangerous way to live, because Paul says again in Romans 8 verse 13 that if we live by the flesh, you shall die. Not a coffin and funeral home type death, but a spiritual death, an internal decaying and a moral decomposition that makes your life ineffective and non-productive. Rehoboam trusted in the flesh and it split the Israelite nation. Gehazi trusted in the flesh and his greed turned him into a leper. King Herod trusted in the flesh in Acts chapter 12 and pride went before his destruction. In verses 5 through 6, Jeremiah tells us not to trust in the flesh. But in verses 7 through 8, he switches his tone and he reveals who we should trust and why we should trust him. Verse number 7 highlights who we should trust. The text says, blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord. And this word for Lord is the Hebrew word Jehovah. Speaks to the strong one, the existing one, the mighty one. You know, the one who provides everything you need, Jehovah Jireh. The one who heals your body, Jehovah Rapha. The one who fights your battles, Jehovah Nisi. Trust in the Lord. The prophet uses one word to describe the man who trusts in the Lord. You notice that word that he uses. He says the man who trusts in the Lord is blessed. Anybody want to be blessed on tonight? He says that if you trust in the Lord, that is the best way to secure your blessing. This word blessed speaks to human disposition and attitude. In other words, the one who trusts in the Lord will maintain an attitude of gratitude and an internal wellspring of joy no matter what pops off in his life. And if you trust in the Lord, you have this promise that you will always have a spirit of joy and an attitude of gratitude, because when everything else falls off and when the bottom falls out in your life, if you remain trusting in God, you still have a shoulder to lean on. Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord. Perhaps there's somebody here on tonight. Perhaps there's some man here tonight. Yes, sir. Perhaps there's some woman here tonight who says, Reverend, why should I trust God? I can't see him. I can't put my hands on him. This is the 21st century. It's 2017. Why should I trust God?
Amen.
I mean, money I can see. Yes, my career provides security. My friends and I can talk and touch. Surely these are more adequate resources of trust. Why trust God? I'm glad you asked. That's a great question. Verse 8 tells us why. You and I are to trust God, number one, because trusting God counters our fears. Trusting God counters our fears is right here in the text. For he shall be like a tree planted by the water, which spreads its roots by the stream and will not fear when the heat comes. You know, I believe Forrest Gump said it best. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. And life can bring the heat. And when the heat comes, it can create an internal environment of fear. Life can send some things your way that'll send shock waves through your body. You can wake up on top of the world one day and get a phone call in the middle of the day and be at the bottom of the barrel. Life will send the heat. And the heat doesn't care about how much money you make. The heat doesn't care about what position you hold in church or society. It rains on the just as well as the unjust. Life can bring the heat of unemployment. Life can bring the heat of terminal illness. Life can bring the heat of marital dysfunction. Life can bring the heat of loss and grief. And these unwanted yet unavoidable elements of life can make us all fearful. But trust in God counters your fears. In other words, when you lose the job, fear says provisions are unavailable. But God counters our fears by telling us, I shall supply all of your needs according to my riches and glory. That's Philippians 4:19. When sickness attacks, fear says death is imminent. But God counters your fears and says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord shall deliver you out of them all. That's Psalms 34:19. When your marriage is dysfunctional, fear says divorce is threatening. But God says, what I put together, let no man lay asunder. That's Mark 10:9. When you've lost a loved one, fear says you're all alone. But God counters your fear and says, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. I'll be there even to the end of the world. Trust in God counters our fears and protects us when the heat comes. Because the text says, here's why he counters it, and here's why you can be protected even when the heat comes. Because the text says in verse 8 that we've been rooted by the streams of the river. We've been rooted by the rivers of water, which is symbolic of the Holy Spirit working in our lives. Listen, before I go on, I want to tell you, fear is real.
Hallelujah.
And fear can destroy your life by causing you to make ill-advised decisions. Fear can keep you from living up to your God-given ability and potential. But if you trust God, touch your neighbor, tell him fear won't be a factor. Why trust God? Trust God because trusting God counters our fear. Secondly, the text tells us that you and I on tonight should trust God because trusting God will calm your frustration. Trusting God will calm your frustration. Notice what the text says. The text says that its leaf will be green and will not be anxious in the year of drought. The text says that the leaf remains green even during the year of drought. Listen, Israel thrives off agriculture. However, due to where their position on the globe, rainfall was and still is an irregular occurrence and produced many drought seasons. And this reality led to many frustrations for the people. Here's what the text is telling us on tonight. The text tells us that droughts are real. Droughts are coming. But if you trust God, the drought won't dry you out. That ought to be somebody shout you tonight. That everything around you can be caving in. Everything around you can be falling apart. But if you just hold on to God's unchanging hand, the drought may dry everything else out, but the drought won't dry out your praise. It won't dry out your worship. It won't dry out your thanksgiving. It won't dry out your blessing. If you trust God, He will provide even in the midst of a drought. Come here, Elijah. Elijah was God's man, but he still had to deal with the elements of his own prophecy. He walked inside of King Ahab's chambers and said, it ain't gonna rain no more. But he too had to deal with the elements of his prophecy, and he was suffering in the drought. But God sent him to a brook called Cherith. And in the midst of a drought, he was able to eat food from the ravens and drink water from the brook. And one day the brook ran dry, but he trusted in the Lord. And God said, prophet, get up. Sent him to a widow of Zarephath who was also struggling, but she put her trust in the man of God who prophesied the word of God, and they both got a hookup because they trusted in God. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care how broke you may think you are. I don't care what the bank account reads. If you trust in the Lord, you'll have this testimony. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor seed paid for bread. I dare somebody to high five your neighbor and tell them, just trust God. He's going to work it out. Trust God. He's going to work it in your faith. I'm done. Why trust God? Trust God because trusting God counters our fears. Trust God because trusting God calms our frustration. Last but not least, text tells us that if you trust God, you will never cease to be fruitful. Notice what the last part of the text says in verse 8. Its leaf will be green, will not be anxious in the year of drought, nor will he cease from yielding fruit. Let's deal with fruit for the last 5 minutes. We got the wrong idea about what fruit is.
Come on.
Text says that you won't cease to yield fruit, but we got the wrong idea about what fruit is. Cultural success is not the same as spiritual fruit.
Come on.
Just because you're culturally successful doesn't mean your life is spiritually fruitful.
Yes, sir.
Because you can have a good job, make a good salary, have a fly ride, have a big house, and enjoy the comforts and commodities of the culture, but still not know Jesus. You can have all the money in the world. You can be considered a cultural icon and successful by cultural standards, but if you don't have a connection with Jesus, touch somebody, tell them you're successful, but you ain't fruitful. What makes an individual fruitful? What makes an individual fruitful is in the fact that he or she is connected to the vine. And the vine, according to John chapter 15, is Jesus the Christ. And if you remain trusting in the vine, then you can be fruitful. Another thing you don't talk about fruit in trees is this, that a tree bears fruit for somebody else. You've never seen an apple tree reach up with his branch, grab the apple off his branch, put it in his mouth and eat it. No. That tree produced that fruit so it can feed and benefit somebody else. Come here. It doesn't matter what you have in your pocket. That ain't fruit. Fruit is all about what you have in your heart and what you have in your spirit that you can feed somebody else. But faithfulness and fruitfulness go hand in hand. You can't be fruitful and not faithful. You can't be faithful and then not produce any fruit. Now, let's get something straight about what real faithfulness is. When we talk about faithfulness, we dress it up in church lingo. Coming to church every Bible study. Coming to church every time the door's open. Giving you money, yada, 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 yada. But let me tell you something. You can be in church every day it's open. But if you ain't connected to Jesus, you ain't going to never produce no fruit. Tell somebody, tell them devils come to church every Sunday. Trust me, I know. I pastor some of them. They come to church every Sunday. So that ain't faithfulness. What real faithfulness is, loving your enemies when you know know they're trying to destroy you. That's faithfulness. Faithfulness is when you insist on standing on righteousness and love and sacrificial giving in spite of the hell that's breaking loose in your life. And the text says that if you remain faithful in trusting in God, you will never cease to bear fruit. And no matter what comes your way, if the drought comes your way, keep on trusting in God and you gonna produce some fruit. When it gets dark and all hell is breaking loose in your life, keep on trusting in God and you will produce fruit. I'm done, but maybe you know a brother by the name of Desmond Merriweather. Desmond Merriweather is good friends, or was good friends, with a man who was LeBron James before LeBron James. Brother by the name of Penny Hardaway from Memphis. He grew up with a brother named Desmond Merriweather.
Yes, sir.
Desmond Merriweather went on to play basketball, but he wasn't successful. Came back home to Memphis, and he devoted the rest of his life teaching and coaching high school basketball. Penny Hardaway retires due to injuries, comes back home, and they together begin to coach this high school basketball team. But one day, Desmond Merriweather got sick. He got a terminal illness. He got cancer. And one day Doris Burke is doing an interview with Desmond Merriweather on ESPN, and he's telling his story, and he has to take breaks and go use the bathroom and take breaks and cough and spit up. And in spite of everything that he's dealing with, he continues to go through the interview. And Penny Hardaway came in and said how he remains faithful, how he shows up to every practice, how he comes to every single game in spite of his sickness. And she asked Desmond Merriweather, why do you continue to remain faithful to this team when it's taking so much out of you? He looked at Doris Burke and says, I'm faithful to this team because it may be taking a lot out of me, but it's putting so much on the inside of me. And that if I cease to come, I will cease to feed the future and the faith of all the kids that I'm connected to. I'm done, but I want to tell you, keep on coasting. Keep on praying. Keep on remaining faithful. Keep on holding your hand in the winding chain. It may get dark all around you. The devil imps may try to destroy you. But if you just remain faithful, you will produce fruit. If you remain faithful and trust in the Lord, you don't have to worry about not leaving an impact on your community, not leaving an impact on your family. Because although it's dark, if you remain faithful, God's going to use you to bless somebody else. God's going to use your testimony to feed somebody else's faith. I'm out of here, but grab your neighbor for the last time and say, neighbor, you can remain faithful because one Friday on a hill called Calvary, Jesus displayed his faithfulness. He died on a hill called Calvary. Anybody know that he died? He died on Friday. He died until the sun refused to shine. He died until the moon dripped in blood. He died until the earth began to shake and rock like a drunken man. He died all night Friday. Stayed dead all night Saturday. But early, one Sunday morning, he got up with all power in his hand. And when he got up, Colossians says, since you remain faithful, he became the first fruits of God's creation. I'm going, y'all, but keep on holding on. Keep on trusting in the Lord. Keep your hand in the winding chain. Are you going to trust him tonight? Are you going to remain faithful tonight?